Hey everyone, today is the day that you've all been waiting for. Today is the day that I'm going to work at making $10,000 in one day trading the Forex market. It's going to be a day trading strategy, and I'm going to show you every single trade that I make. So make sure you stay tuned and pay attention for today. It's $10,000 in one day. Let's get started. All right, so I'm going to start by just reviewing real quick I'm just going to review real quick the plan, and then we're going to go jump right into it. So first thing is that we've got 10,000 a day. Disclaimer: educational purposes only. Make sure that you're trading money you can afford to lose. Trading's risky. Don't do anything crazy. Don't do what I would do. Plan your stuff in advance. I'm not making any trade suggestions. Got it. Let's go. All right. So I'm going to attempt to make 10,000 in one day. It's going to be Forex, and I'm going to try to take 1,000 on the first trade with a $5,000 account. I'm using a support and resistance with MACD. That's the strategy. I'm going to be looking at the 1 hour, 15, 5 minute, and the 1 minute charts. And then we're going to be trying to make our goal from there. So with that being said, guys, make sure you guys grab a hold and hit that like button. We want to get our record today, because I'm going to get my record day trading day and also record with likes. So please go ahead and share that. All right. So that's that. What else do we got? This is going to be challenging. There's no guarantees that I do this. This is totally live. Win or lose, fail or succeed. You're going to see it all. So it should be interesting either way, and that's the idea. Educational purposes only. It should be a lot of fun. Okay. All right. So let's go ahead, and with that being said, let's just bring up, there's one other thing I wanted to bring up here. Let me exit out of here. And I wanted to show you guys the spreadsheet. I'm going to be tracking everything in a spreadsheet. Okay, so we're going to, let me post the link here. You guys can follow along. It's nothing super exciting, but it's just to make sure that we have some accountability here so that you guys can see. Coleman, thank you. Good morning. Just so you guys can see what I'm doing. So every single trade, I'm going to be taking a picture, and I'm going to be posting the results in here. So there we have it, and you guys can follow along with me to see every single trade. Okay, so all right, so you got the spreadsheet, you got the disclaimer, you got everything you need to know. So let's go ahead and get into it. And I'm going to take my time on the front end because it might get a little crazy. But so we already got our levels here on the Euro USD, right? We got our levels. But what I want to do with this now is it's broken out of this level. So we've got a possibility now that we've done that to go to this level down here at 49, or to get back up to this level up here. So either way, we've got 86 to the top, we got 34 or so to the bottom. So we know what is happening on the daily. We're trending up. We look at the MACD. Let's look at the MACD. Good morning, good morning. Lazy trader, I like that name. MACD is declining. Trend is up. Resistance is up. Breaking levels. So I like this as a potential long. So let's go now to a 1 hour time frame. So 1 hour is down. Okay, 1 hour is down for the last 4 hours. The MACD dropped. We hit a new level up here. We have divergence. So you know what divergence means. It means there's a possibility for it to retrace. So I'm going to watch this retrace here. But what I'm looking for right now is for this little flag to break. So just in a quick analysis here, we have a flag. This is what I call a tiny little flag. So we've got, let me draw the little tiny flag. It's going to be very cute. We got a tiny flag. We got the bottom. We got this, right? And then we have the flag pole, right? We got the pole, and we have the flag, right? There's a flag here, and there's also a kind of a flag right here too, depending on how you want to draw it. Right? So either way, it's a flag. You can see we got two little flags here. So I'm going to be now watching this, and my trade that I want, So let's zoom back out a little bit. The trade I want is for it to break out of the top of this zone. It could come back to the top of this level, so I don't want to get in long right now, because if it's going to keep going down here, I don't want to get in where we're at. I'd rather wait for it to come back. And so hopefully we're going to get some nice action like we did yesterday, because if we get some nice action, that can make a big difference in the move, because we could get a nice bump, price will move up, and would be really solid to be able to get that level up. So let's go ahead and take a look at something else. So right now, I'm just going to do a 15-minute. Right now, we're pulling back. We have a level right here. You see that this pin bar did touch the level close, and so we'll see if it's going to break. It might be nice to rest down here a little bit, pop below, and then go. Just give us a nice little opportunity. And so I'm going to be watching and making sure that I don't mess up on anything here. So let's go. Let me delete this one and put that back. Pound USD. Oh, okay. I actually have to do something here. I have to save this as a default template. Save template. Default, save. And that's because of my risk management feature. I want to make sure all my risk is set up properly. Okay. Okay. All right. Here we go. All right. So let's go next to the Australian USD. So we have this. We're looking for breakout. The next one I want to look at is the Australian USD. Okay. So if we look at this on a daily time frame, what do you notice? And that is that it broke out. We were waiting for this breakout, and now it broke out. What happened? Now it's on the hourly. So we almost got the exact same trade that we had on the euro dollar. We got the break, the retest, and it coming down. So on a daily, it broke, but it hasn't been a strong break. It wasn't like super powerful. So this could be just another top. You see, it broke here a tiny bit. Let me actually, if I draw this on the pins, it might look a little different. It still looks like it broke. Let's look at it a lower time frame, hourly. Yeah, it's looking pretty good here. 4 hour, and excuse me if I'm going really fast, but I'm just trying to focus. I'm trying to get into the zone here and focus. And so, I'm not going to be paying much attention to the comments and all that today. So if I forget to tell you guys to hit that like button a lot, just do it on your own. And every time I get something interesting that you like, just slam that like button. If you already slammed it once, then great, but let's get it up there. Like to see 150 today on the likes. I think that would be good because, people love carnage. People love carnage. And so if I drive this account into the ground, it should make people really happy. Just kidding. Just kidding. Actually, I'm not going to do that because I'm going to manage good risk parameters. But right now, it's on this Australian USD. It's pretty sweet here. It's nice. It's set up pretty good. And I think that we're in a good position here to catch a bounce. So fortunately for me, I think we might have picked a nice time to do this. So I'm even got a little bit of music going on in the background. You might be able to hear it because I want to just maintain my focus. So let's go down to a 15-minute. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm waiting for this to break out. I'm going to wait for confirmation. So we have the bounce off of this. It's looking good, but I'm going to wait for this 15-minute confirmation. I'm going to look at the 15-minute confirmation here as well. And as the day goes on, depending upon what my success and what the market's doing, I might have to drop down to lower time frames. We'll see how it plays out. Okay, pound dollar. So yesterday on the pound dollar, we had a really nice 15-minute trade, and this was it. Okay, and this would have been good for a longer term, but let me do daily before we do that. So daily, it's finally happened. What we finally wanted to happen, thanks, Ski, appreciate it. What we finally wanted to happen is happening right here, and that is that this level's breaking out, okay? This level is breaking out. And yesterday, those of you that were in this group some of you were able to take advantage of this. Okay. We went long right here. Remember that, anyone? Hit the like button if you remember that. But it went straight up right into target, man. It was just so good. And so today I'm only going to be trading Forex. I'm not even going to talk about the $1 Million Challenge. We'll get back to that tomorrow. I might jump in if I'm looking at something, because I do have my account open and I'm looking at it on some other charts, just because, you know, you always got to watch everything that's going on. You don't want to leave anything behind, but I'm going to put 100% of my focus in here right now. Robin's smiling because Robin had a really good day yesterday. Okay, so we had that, but what was really cool about it is that it consolidated and now it moved sideways. And so since we finally got that move, we finally got that break, I think we might get this next one as well. This is, so let's take a look at on an hourly. We've got a level right here. This doesn't really have a nice triangle to look at, but we do have a level right here. So if we get a pullback in here where we can build a triangle, I'd love to see that break to the upside. And so I am going to be watching these. So if you guys also, you know, I don't mind getting a little bit of help too. I don't mind getting a little bit of help. If you guys want to help me, feel free to jump in and give me a hand. USD yen is one that I really liked as well, because we touched right up here. I didn't mention this on the show, but because I get, sometimes there's so many pairs to look at, I don't look at them, but I did look at this one, and it went right up here, and now it's starting to decline. So we have a pretty strong trend. What I'm liking seeing is this pullback. We've got a level here going, so I'm going to be looking for this to bounce off of this level, or maybe up here if we can get any kind of pullback into these two zones. I'm looking at a possible short trade. So right now we've got USD possible trade, pound dollar possible trade, Australian dollar, euro dollar. I'm leaning towards right now the Aussie first. That's what I'm leaning towards. I'm leaning towards taking that one first, because the way that I'm going to leverage my account is going to be really important, because I'm going to take a little bit large trade. So I'm not going to be able to take like 4 trades at once. Initially, I'm only going to be able to take 1. So I want to make sure that I get it right on the first trade. Okay, let's take a look at the Australian USD. Australian USD. That one is down. Let's see here. So again, we got a nice break. You guys remember I took this one on a bounce right here on the daily, or right here. So that was actually, if my account didn't have a little mishap, we would have had good money on that trade. So that's a situation. I'm talking so fast, I apologize. That's a situation where I made the right trade, but I still lost money. Tell me if you hit that like button to show your support on how bad it is when you make the right trade and you still lose money. Has anybody ever had that happen? Hit that like button, because, oh, it's the worst. But right now, we're not going to do that today. We're not going to do that today. So today, we're in a much better position. We're bouncing right now off of support right here. And I'm going to look at this. I got a nice tight 1 hour level. Let's go to a 15-minute. And we got a nice level happening here on this 15-minute. So this is another opportunity for a trade on Australian USD. Another one, let's go back to this one, make sure we're not breaking. We're getting close. If you see something, guys, let me know, because I'm just acting a little crazy today. Crazier than usual, as one of the people said in the comments earlier. A little bit crazier than usual. So we are already pulling back here on this Australian. We had this level pretty critical. The one thing is we've got some strength on this euro and weakness on this euro. So that means that Australian is more powerful right now than the euro. So we'll be watching that Australian dollar. I'm not really interested in a long on this one. I would rather catch this bounce up and get short. Every time you get a bounce and short, this has been a good trade. You can see the MACD is really starting to get a little bit tired here. I think we might have some more of a bounce. So I'm just going to be monitoring this one, but I'm probably going to hold off on it. Right now, though, on this is a pretty good break to the downside, I believe, if we get it short. Let's look at it now, hourly. Yeah, if it breaks below this shelf, you see we got a nice trend. The trend line's in place. If it breaks below this shelf, I think we have a trade down here to 54 pips below. So we'll be watching that one as well. Lots of opportunities here to get into the market. So we're just going to be patient and time this really well. So okay, so now I've done all that. Let's take a look at this US yen. It actually already cracked below this shelf. Let's put some levels on here. Levels, and I'm gonna actually grab this one right here. I think this is a good one, so I'm gonna grab it if I can for the first trade. Let's see if we can do this. Okay, so we just went short. You see my stop loss is above there, and my take profit is right down here. So we're gonna try to grab that, and I'm gonna be watching it. I just took the USD yen. I'm gonna take a picture of it and see if we can get this one as the first trade. Okay. First trade is USD yen. And let's see what we got here. Upload to screencast and spreadsheet. Here we come. USD JPY. And remember, guys, you can all access the spreadsheet to follow along. I'm copying it in the chat. There we go. Grab that. You can follow my trades as we go. Okay, so here we have it, USD yen. But I still have some room here to take this Australian, so I'm going to grab this one too. I'm going to grab the Australian as well. Okay, we're grabbing it. Okay, so there we go. I'm in Australian USD on top of the US yen. So I'm going to have to be watching two trades. I like to move them over here, the ones I'm live in, so I can watch it. Let's see what the Euro's doing. Euro hasn't made a move yet, but I got to grab a picture of this one so we can just see what's going on. And I'm going to try to do a review today. I might do the review later tomorrow too, if it's good. If I do well, we'll do a review. Just kidding. The most important time to do the review is when you do bad. When you look at stuff you don't want to look at, that's the best time to do it. AUD JPY or AUD USD. Okay. All right. So now we got two trades on. Let's watch them. Okay. So my target here is only $500. And so I don't know if I want to hit that or wait a little bit. We look at a daily time frame. There could be some room, but I don't have a lot of time. We got a nice move. I'm already up 350. It's going to be a fine balance, guys. It's going to be a fine balance because it's going to be a fine balance. So let me turn off my picture so you guys can see the money. It's $350 right here. I'm going to have to watch this closely and try to capitalize on making money because my goal is to make 10,000. But if the market's not going to move a $10,000 move, like that's going to be a problem. So we have to evaluate that. So I can't like move my stop loss 100 pips and get the 10,000 in one trade. I'm going to have to see what happens. And so right now we're already giving back some of this, but we did get this nice breakout. Let's take a look. 15-minute. You know, what's nice about this is it's overextended here. And the MACD starting to cross to the upside. We broke out of this channel. Now we're retracing back into it. So one of the things that, since we're in a hurry and I'm trying to close on trades, and we'll look at this as the time goes on, but I could have closed that when I was up 300, got back in, right? And we might have to take like a bunch of smaller trades to get to our goal today. So let's keep that in mind as well. Okay, so we got Euro. So we're getting a little bit of a retracement right now on this. There we go. Okay. So we're in the US yen and we are in the Australian USD. I'm going to keep my eyes on the Euro. Let's see. Do I have any room? I do have room for another trade if I see something happen. So we're getting a little bit of pullback on the US dollar right now. All right. So let's see what we come up with here. So I put my first trade target all the way up here at 1100 USD. I'm going to move it down a little bit here. What's my first target here? My first target on the USD is 852. So right now, if I can hit these first two targets, that'll be $2,000 out of the way. It'd be great if I could get this right away and give me a little bit of momentum. Because, you know, the market's got to be moving for us to make money. And so it'd be nice if we can get that little spike. It's not a big, doesn't need to go a long way. It's only 10 pips, and it can do that in 10 seconds. It can move 10 pips in 10 seconds. So remember, for those of you guys that just got in, I'm trying to do a live day trading to $10,000. So if you've ever not seen that before, if this is something new to you, hit that like button because I appreciate it. Hit that like button just to spread the word here. Okay, so currently my trades are now break even on both trades. Break even on both trades. There is no profit yet. And I'm just going to be talking a lot to try to get my thought processes out, sharing with you what's going through my mind and all of that. So right now, just in evaluating the price action, everything's looking good on this end. There's nothing that's out of the ordinary. And if it does get out of the ordinary, it will take me out really fast. Because if it pops above here, it'll take me out. You know, I could potentially move my stop a little higher, maybe up here, give myself additional room. But I'm not going to do that yet. I have the liberty to do that with this trading strategy, but right now I'm not, because I'm still, you know, my first trade is still looking pretty good. So, so Australian dollar is now breaking lower, and so is the USD yen. So right now the first two trades are retracing a little bit. So hopefully we'll be able to get what we got yesterday. Okay, so Euro USD, I like this one still too. It didn't quite. So I'm going to do something a little different on this Euro USD. I'm going to put a limit order in. So I'm going to go custom, and I'm going to put limit. I'm going to put a limit down here. If it can get back down here, I'm going to go long. Okay, so we're going to do a buy limit right here. Okay, so if it goes down here, I'm entering on this trade. And the reason I'm going to do that is I'm going to try to catch the bounce off of this level. Okay, rather than wait for the breakout, I'm going to catch a bounce. So we just did two strategies. Number one is we did a breakout to the downside on this US yen. I waited for that shelf to break. So that was the first strategy. On the Australian USD, we did a breakout right here. And now on the Euro USD, I'm waiting for a bounce. It might not materialize, which is one of the problems with doing this, is it might not get down here. But I'm going to give it an opportunity. If it doesn't get down here, I might just go market order right up here. Okay. So that's so Rico, we're starting with $5,000, trying to make 10,000 in one day. So at the end of the day, hopefully the account will be at 15. I haven't actually taken really any trades yet. Actually, the count wasn't 5,000, it was 550, 550. I haven't closed anything yet. So what you see is what you get. All right. I'm not calculating the lot size, Robin. What I'm using is this tool. You can see in the left, it's called Epic Money Management. This tool calculates my size automatically, but what I do is I'm risking $1,000 per trade. So what I'm doing is I'm risking the same size financially, money-wise, and so it adjusts the lots based off of that. So you can see my first trade was 9.69, second 8.06, and the third is 730. And that's based off of the stop loss and some other calculations that the tool does to make sure I'm only risking $1,000 per trade. Okay. Euro is about to trigger. Like to see, let me pop that up just a touch more. Let's look at it on a 1 minute. Let's go fill that order, guys. Fill that order for me. So right off the bat, I'm just noticing something, okay? And since I'm working quickly, I'm just gonna follow my instincts on everything. I'm not even gonna think, but I'm noticing that my stop is right where the support is, so I'm gonna move that. I'm gonna risk a little bit more, but I don't want my stop to be right where I think that it will bounce, right? That makes no sense. I would rather add a trade here than to get out right here. So I'm moving my stop right now because I know there's buy orders in here. Just like I put a buy order right here, there's buy orders right down here. So why would I put my stop where all the buy orders are? A stop loss is essentially a buy order in some respect because I'm going the opposite way. So right now the market is still getting warmed up. Not a lot of movement right now. What we need to happen is for some kind of price movement to develop so we can follow it. We got a nice 15 pip move, but there hasn't been any follow through. So this was a nice little burst. Would like for this to, we got to get something, or else we're not going to be able to capitalize here. The market's got to cooperate. Ben, I could go any direction at any time. And you know what? You could be right about everything. I'm just trading what I see right now. That's it. And there you go. It's moving up. But we'll see what happens here. So this euro dollar that I'm looking at right now, I'm not in this trade. I'm looking to get an entry ordered if it drops down here. That's what I'm trying to get in on. I'm trying to catch a drop and then a bounce to the upside. So I'd like one more burst down here. Okay, well, not a lot of action. So, yeah, not a lot of action right now. Yeah, fishing, which is interesting because my fishing is, you know what kind of fishing I like to do? I like to go to the pay lake where I'm going to just try to go until I hit the goal. Hopefully it'll be soon. But I like to go to those pay lakes where you automatically get fish in like the first 5 minutes because I hate sitting there staring at the pole for 5 hours. Yeah, a lot of times after 9:30 is when the market starts to move a little bit. Yeah, you're right. So that's why I'm just kind of being patient right now. CAD yen is moving. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, wow. Indeed. Indeed it is. Okay, so we're right here. We're right at a support level, but it's a big drop. MACD, what are we looking at here? MACD is starting to cross over. 15-minute is very overextended. Definitely something I'm going to be keeping on my radar. The thing about moves like this is you can catch really big bounces in them, but at the same time, when they're that strong, they can crush right through the level. So I will be watching this. It'd be nice to see some kind of pin bar right at the support level and catch a nice bounce. We've got a pretty big move here. Let's take a look at it. If we caught a bounce, we could get up to the 23.6 and, catch something pretty significant on that. This is a nice 15, 13 pip bounce. So definitely something to look at. Let's look at USD CAD while we're talking about the CAD. Okay, USD CAD. Okay, I'm going to actually take this. I'm going to buy this. We got a bounce candle. US CAD yen I took on a bounce. Okay, I'm adding it to the spreadsheet. Okay, thank you. Where is... Yeah, Ben, we go back to Thursday's training on the MACD, and you'll see everything about the strategy. I spent a full hour planning this. But I didn't really talk about psychology too much. Okay, great. Awesome. Which I can talk about psychology, but it's very important. Mindset is really, really important. Well, Naomi, I don't know what to tell you. If you can't hear me, you might want to check your speakers because it's working for everyone. I know this is not like the most exciting because I'm not talking much, but as I make decisions and do things, you'll see what I'm doing. But again, as Timon said, the fishing mentality, we're just kind of waiting to see what happens. Okay, CAD yen is bouncing a little bit here. And so remember, we're using the levels and the MACD. And so I'm using the MACD right here on a lower time frame. You can see that it's starting to really shrink on this 1 minute. And then I have this level down here. There's enough room for this to get down to this next level. But I saw this breakout and I saw the MACD starting to go. And when I say I saw a breakout, what I'm talking about is this. This is broken. See how that broke? And now this is the new support. And so we're looking for this to come right back up into this zone here. It might not happen right away. It might not happen at all. It might drop first, but I'm just going off of what I'm seeing right now. Thanks, Jonathan. All right. Well, we got a nice group of people here. So I want to thank everybody who's being here. Really appreciate it. And I would love it if you guys would go ahead and hit that like button. We're at 43. See if we can get it up to 50. I'd really appreciate that. Okay, here we go. So CAD yen is making its way right now. It's kind of fighting a little battle. US yen is dropping down, and Australian dollar is pulling up. Okay, so we're getting some. Euro is actually about ready to make a move. My limit order never got filled down here, but Euro is trying to break this thing. Let's see what happens. This Euro pound is got a little wedge right here. What the MACD is moving down. What's it doing on the hourly? Crossing up. What's it doing on the 4 hour? 4 hours moving in the right direction, so that's a good thing. I will sometimes ignore MACD on a 15 if it's in the right direction on the daily or 4 hour. Just write a note of that. Okay, I'm gonna delete my pending order on this. So now I don't have a pending order. Looking for this one to break out to the upside. That's euro dollar. Well, I wouldn't quite agree with that, Z, because people's lives. Like if you make a mistake, you could kill 50 people, or 200. Uh, Illa, if you want to watch that, go to the MACD video that I did on Thursday, because that goes into all the strategy, everything. But it's a 50 and 100 moving average, and it's a MACD. Yeah, I'm looking at a flag to break to the upside. That's what I'm looking at. Man, my CAD yen is actually now moving back. Let's see if we can get another bounce. You see it's the MACD starting to get really tiny on this 1 minute. So another thing that'll be a really big win here is if we're able to manage risk well, right? So a big win would be a $10,000 day, but another big win is if you can trade a lot and still manage your risk well. That's really important. And we got 2 minutes until the market opens up. So once that happens, we might see some more movement. Okay, so we're currently in 3 trades: CAD yen, Australian USD, and US yen. So I've got 2 yen pairs. One of the yens is long and one of the yens is short, so that acts as a little bit of counterbalance. But right now, I'm watching this. We got a level here. I'm waiting to see what happens. It bounced off at once. You see this level, how it tested this? I'm waiting for this level. This is a pretty important level to me, even though it's only a 1 minute chart. I want to see how the price responds to this. If it holds, then that could mean the bounce is going to go a little longer. The MACD is getting ready to cross over, so we've got a level here and a MACD. And remember, this is exactly the same thing as what I'm doing on a daily time frame. It's just different because of the time. That's all. That's it. Okay, so right now we're getting a bounce on everything. Let's check this euro dollar. Let's check the euro pound. Nope. Euro Australian. Nope. Okay. Euro Aussie's, that Euro Aussie's getting weak. If it breaks this, I might consider going lower. We do have another shelf here. There's also, right here's the zone, the moving average, if it breaks this level. So it could stall out right here. So that gives us, a nice 15 pips to go. Okay, wow, my CAD yen rejected. Let's see, still on the level, but the US, Aussie US and US yen are now moving in positive direction. Okay, let's see what we got here. Okay, I'm gonna actually add one here. I'm gonna add a short on this one if I can. Okay, so I just added a short position. So now I've got two trades going on the Australian USD or USD yen. Let's see if I can add that real quick. Did I copy the screencast link or the CAD yen? No, wrong chart. Yeah, USD JPY. I need to take another picture. Close. Where is it? Where is it? Come on. I wanted to get another trade on the Aussie too, but I don't know if I'll have time because I'm messing around with this crazy stuff. Okay. All right. So I already have 4 trades on, but I haven't closed one yet. So that's pretty interesting. Okay. So we got that. Let's see Aussie USD. I was going to add on this break, but I'm not. I might add again on a pullback. We'll see. Okay. The second position got a little bit worse price, but to me, it's stronger than the first one. Okay, we got 4 trades. Yeah, I always keep an eye on margin. It says free margin. I'm always looking at that. Euro pound, euro dollar, euro Australian might be a short, but again, my margin's a little bit tight, but see if we can get some follow through on some of these trades. Okay, we got MACD rising on the 15-minute on this Australian, and I actually do have some margin, so I'm going to grab this one too. I'm going to get this one, see if I got enough margin. Okay, now my margin's getting really tight, but I grabbed another Australian dollar, so we got 2 of them on. Okay. Let's see what we got here. Upload to screencast, add that link. All right. Okay, where are we at here? We've got CAD yen is in trouble. My CAD yen is in trouble. I'm going to watch this one. Watch this one, see what happens right here. And that's probably because there might be something going on here, but I'm going to watch this level. Whoa. Okay, Okay, CAD yen is closed. Close that one out. That was a loss. I'll put the number in here in a minute, just because we closed below that level. So that was my first trade is a losing trade. And I'm not going to look at that one anymore. Not for a little bit. I might look at it again in a little bit, but I'm just going to move past that for now. Euro USD. So you see how the market is like not moving, and it's trying to shake out. It's trying to shake people in and out, in and out. We got these breakouts, but they didn't really follow through. Okay. Let's see. So my total loss on that one was that was a $380 loss. $380. Let me add that. And I'll be adding all these up as the day goes on. So we'll just put a total column down here. Okay, so I just lowered my stop to where the other one was so that I can reload around here if I see it bouncing off of one of these levels. EuroCAD, let me take a look at it. Oh, wow, nice. Very nice. Well, you know, DK, I don't know who told you that, but that's really silly. You don't want to put your stop loss right where the support is because that's guaranteed to get hit, right? Don't put your stop where it's guaranteed to get hit. Put it below. Oh, DK is so funny. Okay, so we're getting some momentum here on this USD yen dropping down. It would be nice to see this level get taken out. You can see this is a support level. If this support level gets taken, that'd be pretty good. Let's take a look at the Australian. We're getting a bounce here as well. Might be some more might be some more market action here because the markets are getting lively. But we got a nice little bounce off of this level. Aussie USD is moving up. Let's take a look at this crossover here on the MACD on the 5-minute. Let's see. I'm going to be watching this level. If we get something locked in here, that'll be really nice if we could get this to move over. What's the euro dollar doing? Euro hasn't moved. Actually, my entry that I initially had was pretty close. Might have actually entered. No, just short of my entry that I had down here. See that little arrow? Didn't quite trigger that one. So we're currently testing this level. That's pretty solid. And we got a nice bounce off of this 5-minute. Yeah, so this is good. Good market action right now. Let's see if we can break this. If we can break this, that'll be nice. Okay, so we did get that break here. Australian USD bounced off that level. See that? We're starting to getting a little bit of a crossover here. I'm gonna do another buy on this one. I'm gonna add one more position to it. Okay, so I just added another position on the Australian, so I'm gonna grab that. Well, Ben, you need to grab your profit, man. Always grab profit when you want to grab profit. Don't wait. Get the profit while the profit's ready to be had. Nice. CAD yen is bouncing. That's good to hear. But I'm glad I got out when I did because that level went to a new low. So we just broke this level right here. We got a nice pop to the upside, and then it got rejected. Would like for this level to get tested down here. We're trading off of 1 minute. The 1 minute's getting overextended here. The 15 though is it's basing, and so I think as it's going to consolidate, we're going to see this roll over. I'm looking for this level to break down here, this low. If it does, we can keep that pushing down, and that's just looking at the euro, the US yen. We'll watch that closely. And let's watch the Australian USD. Okay, so you guys saw that we broke out of that downward channel. Now we've got a channel right here where you can see we have this tops. You see this right where we're at right now is resistance. So this is a resistance point here on this Australian USD. If we could break this, we could see some further momentum to the upside. I have a target right here, which I'm going to actually pull this one up. And I know you guys are like, well, you haven't made any money yet. Why are you pulling up the target? Well, I'm pulling up the target because I think if we get that momentum to break, it's going to push it right up into some of these other ones. And same with this here. We got this level right here. Every time that it has been testing a level recently, it's been trying to push lower. It gets a little bit of a pullback. So I'd like to try to get a little bit. But this level on the Australian USD hasn't gone yet. And so so I'm just holding off, waiting for this thing and waiting for a nice break to the upside here. Let's see the euro dollar. So euro dollar's just hanging on this level here on the euro dollar's been holding pretty well. See how low it'll go. It might go down to the bottom of this. Hey, just so you know, tomorrow we're doing a prize giveaway, and so that would be really cool. Thanks, Mark. I really appreciate it. But thanks for the comment. I really appreciate that. Okay, so yeah, tomorrow we're doing a giveaway. So stay tuned for that. Come back tomorrow, and we'll see what we got going for that. It should be a lot of fun. Okay, we're getting a little bit of a pushback here, so I'm going up above. Let's see. Let me draw a nice little line here, see what we got. This is the new level that we're really concerned about. So that's what I'm watching right now. You see it right here, and right here. This is the level. This is it. Okay, so we'll watch that. And Australian's been rejected on that level as well. So we've got that. This level's been rejected on the Australian dollar. Okay, I'm going to close these out. Just close both Euro, USD yens out. For for 45 and 185. So we'll add that to the, we're going to add that to the spreadsheet. I'm adding my buy limit down here again on the euro. If it comes down there, I'm going to get into that trade automatically. And we've got this USD yen. Let's see how it handles on this one. See how this level holds here. Okay, I'm adding another trade on this USD yen. Back in it. So I'm sure Ben is noticing that I probably should have either stayed in this one and held it or taken the profit down and got back in. So that's something, this is not something that this is a little bit more aggressive than what I usually do because I'm used to trading on the larger time frames. I do have a lot of experience trading like this, but it's been a while. All right. Well, thanks everybody for hanging in there with me. Let's. It'd be great if I could get everybody to hit that like button. We got a really nice crowd showing up, so I want to thank you. But if you hit that like button, YouTube might send some more people my way, and I'd really appreciate that. That's you, Usama. That's you. Okay, so we're just getting this MACD cross here on this Australian USD, which is a good thing. We do have resistance to deal with, but we have this crossover happening on the MACD. There is a little bit of a down arrow, like it's decreasing, but that is common on a crossover because if you can see the last one, it's the last crossover we had right back here. You can see there was some down arrows on the front end. So that is common. Let's see what we got here. There was another trade I wanted to take a look at just out of curiosity. Pound Australian. Just okay. All right. So we've just kind of I'm getting to about an hour in right now, and so it's really we've been just choppiness, and so I'm going to have to probably make a really quick adjustment here. If we don't get a breakout soon, I'm going to have to adjust to some very small moves because the market's not cooperating with me on this. It's nice to get a nice breakout, which could happen here right now. Let's see if this is the time. We got the crossover on the MACD. Price is moving up. Let's see what we got. We got the US yen breaking lower. So again, levels rejected one more time. It's really having a problem with that. So the good news is when it goes, it'll probably really spike. If it goes, that's a big if. Oh, my Euro USD triggered. Okay, I didn't even notice that. So let's go ahead and watch that. You know what? I'm going to watch this one, and Euro USD triggered. I'm closing it. I'm going to actually add another entry on this one too. Custom buy. So I just closed the Euro USD for about 180. Caught that one on a bounce. That was a nice one. So now I've just programmed that one in again. If it comes back down here. Oh wow, this is bad. I got to delete that. Too big. The size was too big. Let me redo it. Custom buy. There we go. Okay, let me add, while I'm waiting here, let me add Euro USD. I didn't get a picture of it, but let's see if we can figure out what the money on it was. 140. Okay. All right. So what do we have? We've got basic consolidation again on the US yen and also on the Australia. You see, this is just a kind of a choppy mess here. We just can't get the follow through. We'll see how long this continues on. Hopefully, we'll get some kind of market movement to help to do this. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to get another drink of water. I'm going to get a drink of water, and then I'm going to take just a 5-minute break. I've got all my stuff on, so we'll be seeing what happens. I've got all my levels and everything, but you guys can just take a break too, but hit that like button. I will be back in just a minute. Thank you. All right, well, I'm back, and not much has changed. We do see that the euro, or I mean, not the euro, the USD yen is making a move lower here, and we're dropping. Let's see what we got on this. Yeah, USD yen is making a move lower, so see what we got. Breaking the level. We're moving up. Let's see, where's my targets, right? 4 pips, not 4, about a pip away from my target. I'm just going to leave that right where it's at right now, just because normally I would probably move it, but the movement's been pretty slow today, unless I think that there's going to be a burst, because we're right here at this low. I think it might bounce right here. But so I'm going to just leave this target right in place, just to add a little bit of cushion here. So let's see what we got. So we just took another target on this Euro USD, USD yen. So USD yen 516 is the profit on that one. Let's add it. That would be this most recent one, which I didn't add. USD JPY 516. Okay. All right. So we got 516 on that. Alrighty. So now I'm going to be watching this, possible find a place for a re-entry. But that was good that we went into the target on that. Let's see what's happening on the Australian before I do anything. Okay. So Australian is trying one more time. Will it be, the MACD's crossed over? Will it be the time to break out? It's trying and trying and trying. So we'll see what happens here. You can always tell what pair it is by looking at that big blue thing in the bottom right and the time frame. I do that because I got so tired of everybody saying, what pair is it? What pair is it? What pair is it? So I created that custom indicator so it's nice and big for you guys to see it. Okay, so Lloyd is selling the USD yen, and again, I should have extended the target. Oh, so funny. But you know what? I locked in $500, so we're good there. Let's see where I'm actually at right now. So my total is only at 506, so quite a ways away, and we still got 2 hours. So we'll see what happens. But you do have that spreadsheet you can watch and follow along and see whatever goes. Did I hit my other pending order on this euro? Did a euro hit the target? I thought I had a new pending order. Did I miss a pending order? US yen, CAD yen, euro. No, I thought I had a this buy limit. Why didn't that get filled? I thought it was right here. That's weird. Okay, somehow it was deleted. I don't remember deleting it. Okay, oh well. So let's see what we got. What are we gonna look at? Try to see if I can get. So we got CAD yen. That's been moving pretty good. We're bouncing off that level. I still have this up here. Let's see what we have here. I lost one trade on this one. It's a pretty strong downtrend. I'm going to hold off on this because of this. These levels are pretty strong. So I'm going to hold off on that. US yen. I got done pretty well with the US yen, but it's currently on towards the bottom. So I'm going to hold off on that. What about this Euro Australian? Okay, Euro Aussie. It's bounced lower, and now it's bouncing and it's testing into resistance. So let's see how it holds up on this resistance. Let's see how this holds up. I'm more inclined to take that on a short. So what you notice this Aussie's so tight right here. One thing we might want to try to do is try to take advantage of this tightness and grab something on another bounce. We're getting lower lows, lower, lower, lower. So we're getting some lower lows. And so right now I'm thinking that it's not going to break lower than this. So might be an opportunity here. If it does, we have this trend line here, which would act, is that kind of acting as a support. But I think this might be a nice support level. And so I have a big stack of Australians already, but I'm not really taking advantage of these right now. And so because I've just been holding it for so long, and with the way the market's moving, we're not getting enough movement. Like these moves are very small, they're 10 pips. So right here, we're right at a level right now, which we might want to try to take advantage of it. So let's do the, let's see about going back to the 1 minute and doing a custom buy here. Let's move the levels down here, and we're just going to go with a custom. Too tight to take profit. Oh, the take profit's right up there. Let's go ahead and see if we can try to take advantage of this tight little level. So let's close that. Custom buy one more time. Pull that way up. Pull the stop loss down. And then we're going to take this at a market, and I'm going to buy the market. Custom. Okay. So there we go. So now I got in right on at the bottom of this level. See how well this holds up. If it doesn't, we still have a level, this trend wall to be watching for. But because the moves are just not really there today, we're gonna try to time it a little bit better. I got a better question for you, Ben. Why would I trade gold? What would be the benefit of trading gold? You tell me what is so great about gold. I would love to hear your thoughts on it. And yeah, I'm actually not kidding because I can't see one reason why I would do it. Oh, volatility. Well, there you have it. Okay. Well, that actually makes sense. I might do that next time. I just know gold has kind of been stuck recently. I haven't seen a lot of movement on it, but it might have changed. The last little bit, it hasn't been moving like it used to. So Diogo would only trade at 77.38, and that would be a breakout up here. You would go long on a breakout, right? 77.038. Let's find that. 77.03. So you would take it all the way down here. You'd go long all the way down here. Yeah, that actually makes sense too. Cable. Yeah, cable was the trade. Although not, it's not massive movement, but it was a 15 pipper down here from here to here. Let's look at Euro Pound. Euro Pound has made some moves. It's currently at a level that I drew here. Euro Pound is currently at a level, looking for a bounce or a break to the lower side here. The Aussie made a little move. All right. Getting this candle right here is getting taken out. You see this? This high is just breaking out. Nice bullish candle. This downward move here was broke out here on this hourly when we first started. And now we're trying to head back up. Let's see, 15-minute. Still inside this tight little range, though. So we got to keep that in mind. Still in this range. If we could somehow get the momentum to break out. But in the meantime, I'm just going to try to play this range. And so we've hit the top of this so many times. My take profit for this position is right outside this range. I'll have to really consider what I'm going to do when it gets up there, because if we play this range all session, then it's not going to do me any good to keep my profits outside of a range that it's not going to hit. But yeah, it was definitely engulfing on the 5-minute. You can see that. So if we get a nice close above that, we could see some further momentum. And so how do you guys like my music? It's not putting you to sleep, is it? You guys might not even be able to hear it. I've got it low. Yeah, okay, good. I got this nice like wave sleeping type music going. Oh, Euro broke outside. Euro broke out. If we look at that, Euro did break. This the momentum is starting to move over on this euro dollar. You see this? The euro dollar starting to get a little bit of momentum here. The MACD is crossing over. Could be an opportunity to go long right here. We've got a little bit of resistance here, but the MACD's crossed over on the 1 minute. Let's see what we have. What's my Aussie doing? Aussie's still up, but every time it gets to the top, it has trouble staying up there. Same with that Australian. We're just not getting the momentum follow through. Sleeping music, that's good. Yeah, it counters the excitement. Yeah, I just want to stay focused to keep me, in the zone. In the zone. That's my goal. So right now, just you can see we're in a sideways range, and we've been just not getting a lot of action. This range is pretty small. Right now, I'm currently trying to catch a bounce on this, but it's given a little bit of trouble. We do have a very small level on this. If we look at this 50-period moving average, if it breaks above this 50 period, we might get back up to the top of this channel. So we'll be watching that right now. They're going sideways, both the 200 period moving average and the 50 period. So both of those are going sideways. We'll see if they can turn one way or the other. They're a little bit, looks like they might even want to twist again. If we just look at the current momentum, the MACD is getting smaller here. This level's, we've got a level down here, a few pips below. Just trying to see if we could get something happen here. CAD yen actually did what I thought it was going to do, but I didn't trade it properly. So again, that's a great lesson for me and for everybody. And the reason while I'm waiting for something to happen, let me just explain this. For those of you that weren't getting into you might have missed it. I said, look, we're in a big down move. So you see this is what you call a Fibonacci. And you see right here, I drew a Fibonacci extension from the top to the bottom. And I said, look, it could probably get to the 23. And I went long, but it faked me out. I got out on this. See this? I went long here thinking it could get to the 23, and it did, but then it had one leg to the downside left, and that shook me out. And so, try to look and find out where the bounces are going to be so that you don't get shaken out, because it's so easy to get shaken out, which happened to me. You guys saw it live. I was right, but I got shaken out. So I could have done a better job of preparing for that shakeout and added a position at that level rather than allowing myself to get shaken out. If I had done that, we'd be in a big different position on the challenge right now. So just some interesting stuff here to keep in mind. Right now, though, it is testing a level. It's testing this 5-minute trend line, and we have a crossover here on the MACD. It's crossing to the upside, so we could see some momentum to the upside. If I wasn't so heavily invested in this Australian USD, I might make a move on this one, but I am really heavily invested. If it does break up, I would look to go to the 38.2. And you guys know who watch me, I don't use the fibs a lot. If I use reversals, I like to see fibs for levels, but this level's in the exact same spot. The resistance point in the fib is at the exact same spot. And you do see that quite regularly when you do the trading. You'll see that the resistance and all of that is in the exact same spot a lot of times. Not always, but I use it as an additional confirmation. So, okay, let's go back to the Aussie here. So Aussie is still, we get the MACD crossing. We're finally getting a little bit of momentum here. This moving average is starting to point to the upside. I'd like to see this go. If we can get it, we could get a burst. I have three positions on here, so it's stacked. So if we do get a nice momentum burst, and as I'm saying that, we get a little drop. But again, 1-minute charts, there's a lot of noise. That's one of the things that makes it challenging. But to help with that, you can use those levels. And so we have some noise, and you can always drop back out to higher time frames. Let's look at a daily. Daily is moving. MACD's moving up. We broke out of a nice little trend wall here on the daily. This initial trend line is really important. You might not think it's important because you're looking at it on a 15-minute time frame. Why is it important? But it's actually important because it broke out on a daily, which you can see here. Today's candle is a daily. All right, so back down to the 1 minute here. You can see we broke that 50 period. We broke this little tiny level. So I have 3 positions in profit. I have the 4th one, which was right here on this initial entry on the initial breakout of this level. And so if we can get some further momentum, we could see a nice move on this. Euro USD is also trying to break out. It's in a little flag here. This is a bull flag. It's a bull flag. We at some point we could get the break, but it might not happen in today. It might happen in London. A lot of these moves happen in London time. Bollinger Bands work on everything. I just don't happen to use them because there's so many indicators and so many tools. A lot of them are redundant. They do the same thing. So if you have a Bollinger Band strategy, then roll with it. It's a really good, I'm sure Bollinger Band would be really tightening up right now if we had it. Let's take a look and see what it looks like. But I personally don't usually look at them. Bollinger Bands. There we go. So you can see how it tightens and then it gets wide, and now they're starting to widen out. So yeah, Bollinger Bands can definitely be useful, but I'm not into them. But that doesn't mean that they're wrong. They're great. And So we're at 10:30. So with that, since it's 10:30, we're starting to run out of time in the fact that the market can reject a little bit here. Around lunchtime the thing slows. So sometimes you'll wait and it'll break at like 11 o'clock. Sometimes the market's like, oh, we're gonna toy with you. You're gonna have to just wait, and then at 11 it has a big move. And so right now, if we don't get it in the next hour and a half, there's not a lot of options here for us. Okay, well, I'm gonna pop this one. I just popped that one for 400, just because I'm trying to get something to happen here. Just to, these little hits make a difference. So this one is, let's go to the total amount, account history, 443. We're going to do 443. All right. All right. So we're slowly making a difference here. And it might have been too early or whatever, but if it pops back down, we can always try to get back in again. Ben, I'm a swing. We're always only going to do swing trading here. This is just a challenge. One day I was in the room, I was doing my show, and I said, hey, would you guys like to see me do 10,000? If you do, hit the like button, and everybody did. So everybody, my channel exploded that day saying they wanted to see this. So this is just a temporary thing. I'm not going to do this every day unless, unless the markets get really good and we just decide to try that. But for the most part, swing trading is where it's at. I just don't have enough time to do this every single day. This takes a lot of focus. All right. Well, now it's making my decision to close that look pretty wise as we're getting a pullback here. I'm going to add another Euro USD entry down here. So let's do this. Custom. I'm going to add my entry down at the bottom of this channel. And we're going to do a buy limit. Okay, so now if Euro gets back down here, I'm going to go long again. I think that's a trade we could do over and over again. Every time it pops down here, we would try to catch it. Every time it pops, we try to catch it. It takes a lot of time and focus to make money. LOL. Boy, is that the truth, man. That is the truth. That's the quote of the day. It sure does. You know, it takes a lot of mental energy. It takes a lot of mental energy. You actually have to think. You have to think about it. And I mean, just like sit down, write it on your calendar, sit down and think. And then write down your thoughts and let your brain do the work. You're right. The tool I'm using, Robin, is called Epic Money Management Tool. It's a custom tool that I've been working on for about 7 years. I've been building this tool and making it better for 7 years now. And every time I get an idea, I throw it into the programmer, or every time somebody else says, hey, I want to do this, I throw it to the programmer because other people trade with this too. It's one of our products. And so we just have been constantly making this better. This is like the 20th version, and it's really fun to trade with. It's called Epic Money Management Tool. Okay, Euro or Australian didn't drop as far this time, so we might get a breakout. Let's see. We had a big rejection. The price is moving up. We're testing this level. We might get something here. Robin, why don't you send me your email, and I'll send you a special discount on it. Do that. You could actually send it over direct message on Twitter if you want. Just go ahead and do that. Okay, we got this. This trade's up 200. This trade is up 100, and then the top trade's down 30 or 100. So let's see what we got here. It's looking good. We're getting lower lows. Look at this: lower, 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 low, lower low, And we have a MACD crossing. MACD is crossing over, guys. And thanks, Linda. Linda, I really appreciate that. Thank you so much. It's, you know, honestly, it can be a little stressful, especially when you get trolls in the audience. Trolls are like, trolls are crazy. And that's one reason why people don't like to do it, because the trolls come in. But you just got to roll with it. You got to shake it off. Just like trading, you got to shake it off. Higher lows. Did I say lower lows? I meant higher lows. Heinrich, you got to watch me sometimes. I don't say what I'm thinking. Honestly, it's so hilarious. I blame the fact that I have 9 kids for my brain problems. I need to really work on my focus, but I literally cannot get their names right. I'm like, okay, you know who I'm talking to. Don't act like I don't know your name. I know who you know who I'm talking to. Just because I said your name wrong. Oh, it's so funny. They forgive me though, but I'm going to work on it. Want to do it better. All right, so we're at the ultimate test place. Is it going to break this time? What do you guys say? Hit like for yes. Hit a like button if you think it's going to break. It's not, the candle's not as nice as this one. When this candle came, I'm like, yeah, we're on. And you know, yesterday when I did this, it went really smooth because that pound dollar just went right through the roof as soon as I mentioned it. But today we're just not getting it. And I thought Tuesday might be a little bit better than Monday, but so far it has not been. There's been a couple trades that would have been better, like the CAD yen, you know, but even that hasn't moved a ton. Okay, so it's not going to do it. It didn't want to do it. Okay. Well, I got a euro order down here. So if it does make its way down here, that should be pretty nice. This thing got rejected one more time. I'm going to draw a big fat line up here because this resistance point has been insane. And I'm going to make this really fat because it's like a power line. It's as fat as I can get it. If that line goes, we're in good shape. That's a powerful, powerful resistance point. Even though on a daily chart, that thing you can't even see, but on a 15-minute, this thing's been testing it all day long. Yeah. I like to challenge myself, you know? Yeah, you're right, Jonathan. You're right. We actually had a big, huge Ford Transit minivan is what we had, but I just got rid of it because my kids are getting a little bigger, and so now we just go everywhere in 2 vehicles. Yeah, you know, with the big family, it costs roughly $200 to go out, you know, but everything costs a lot. With kids, everything's multiplied, especially when they get bigger, man. Like, wow. All right, well, guess what? The big fat line just got broke. As soon as I drew that big fat line, it got broken. Come on. Let me play around here. So this is a $700 target. This is a $400 target. And this is, what's this last one? This is 1,100. So if I move this one up here, what is it? That would be 13 and 11. That would be 2,000. And I move this one up here, that's 798. So if I get all these targets up in this zone, if we can break this and go up into this zone, we have a nice opportunity to get about 2,500, about 3,000. And I'm currently, what's the numbers right now? We got to focus on these numbers. I'm currently at 950. So if we got that, we'd be up to 4,000 in profit if we could get up there. But we're not sure that we can. But if this pops, it's trying right now. We got a pin bar. If it pops, I mean, it's only 10 pips. It could get up there really fast. The last time got up here pretty quick. We're getting close to where the market's really going to shut down, I think. But sometimes I don't know what Fogo de Chao is. Is that like a steakhouse? If that's what I think it is, that's like an amazing place. Fogo de Chao. And I should take my kids there, but that would be fun. Okay, come on. Let's do this. Okay, so I don't know if it's going to get here in the time because, if the market doesn't start moving, we're going to have to do something drastic. I got my euro trade. What else can I do here to try to find something? You know what I haven't looked at, which is something I should look at, is the pound New Zealand. Pound New Zealand can get crazy in a heartbeat. It can move really fast. Like this is a 34 pip move. That's probably what we want to look at, but it can take out your stop loss so fast too. So now that things haven't gone my way, I might want to look at this. So we got a support level here. Okay. Trending down. Let's see, hourly, it's at support. It broke this level. Okay, daily's in a tight zone, so I don't want to worry about that. 4 hour could be headed lower. 1 hour could be headed lower. The 15-minute is at a resistance, but the MACD is crossing. So yeah, but before I get into that, I'm just going to watch this. This is nice because I could lock this in right now, close this out. I'd be 2,000, which would be still way away from my goal, right? Still a good bit away from my goal. But if we can take this out, this would be roughly 4,000, which is close to 40% of the way. So this is actually nice looking. Euro. Let's look at euro on a 15. Should I try it? Should I try to add a euro here? Let's close out my my pending because I'm just going to go with a quick buy right here on this euro. Just try to grab that one real quick. All right, now let's see. So we got Australian dollar is looking good. I just added a euro. I want to jump in and grab that photo so I don't get too off my discipline. Discipline is key, and I know I missed a couple here, but we got to keep that discipline up. Got to stay disciplined, guys. All right, Aussie, come on. What's it look like on a nice hourly time frame? It looks good. Looks really, really good. All right, come on. Well, Sweet Flanks agrees with me. And that means a lot to me. Thanks, Sweet Flanks. So euro isn't confirming. Let's take a look at that. Make sure it's not. It is definitely. The thing about it is, you're right, but it is. I try to keep in mind the overall time frame. So sometimes the timing on these lower trades is really important. The timing is critical. But the MACD is just getting started on this. Look at this negative, and the MACD is just getting started on the 4-hour. And so that's what I keep in mind. And also on the 5-minute, it's starting to cross as well. So that's what I'm looking at. The hourly didn't really confirm. You're right. And that could have been a problem. I can't always get everything to confirm, but I got a nice 4-hour strength and I got a 5-minute crossover. So that's what I was looking for. Plus, the markets have been stagnant. And so let's hope that this last hour, which is starting now, we can go here quick. Pyro Extreme, you guys are coming up with some great names. Like me, I'm just so boring. I put my YouTube name as Casey Stubbs. Like, who does that? I need to come up with something like Sweet Flanks or Pyro Extreme. Like, I also have a spreadsheet too, Pyro. Let me give you the spreadsheet. I don't know, a lot of people didn't come in at the beginning. This is all the trades I've taken today, right here. So what have you burnt down lately, Pyro? Remember, no incriminating evidence. But it's funny because, I mentioned I had 9 kids, and one of my kids likes to play with fire. And so we've had some interesting experiences with that recently, to say the least. I'm sure you can relate, right, Pyro? There you go. Okay. I'm gonna highlight that comment because, again, you guys should. It's so hilarious. I should get my wife on here sometime. She doesn't know anything about trading, but she's a really funny lady. And she's always saying that I have no sense of humor and I'm so boring. And she has to teach me to have a sense of humor. So that's why I put that on there. I'm like, no, I have a sense of humor. It's just a lot different than yours. Okay, so Aussie is now testing this level. We'll see. Let's see if we can get some follow through. Let's see if a new trend can develop, because this was a pretty powerful channel. I know we're only looking at a 1-minute chart, but if we look at that 15, you can see that it's been just moving up and up and up. So it's a pretty powerful channel. I think that it's going to hold. We're going to watch it and see. And I'm because we're getting closer, though, I'm going to lock in profit because I don't want to lose money today, right? We don't want to lose money. So I'm on both of these trades. I'm gonna lock in profit right here. So the 2 on the bottom are locked in, so I can't lose money on them. I would hate for it to drop down, but it's better to get out with a small profit than to lose everything, especially because I've worked really hard for this money. You don't want to give up what you worked hard for, right? Okay, so the euro was a fake break. A fake break. Mr. Benzie told me that it wasn't confirming, and he was right. But I still have an opportunity to get in on down here. If it drops, I'd be willing to get in at the bottom here. And the back, you can still see the MACD, but yeah, the banner. Banner Pierre Guerre. How's it going, man? Let's get that out of the way. Okay. All right. So Pound New Zealand. Pound New Zealand is my desperation play. We have this thing moves really fast. So we got the MACD lowering. We got this level breaking. Let's see what we can come up with on this. It's the time. Oh man, it's so fast. Did it take? Oh, I pushed the wrong button. Gotta click this one. It's right here at a resistance point. That's where the market is. You see how the market has a pretty big spread on here? You got to be aware of that. It's a 3-pip spread. Okay, euro. What's the euro doing? And I apologize for being everywhere, but I am uber focused here. Okay. Get that pound New Zealand trade back. I was trying to figure out, I had a confirmation box, and that was what was stopping what I was doing. Get that pound New Zealand back up here. Okay. 5 minute. We're at resistance. Let's put a level right here. Okay, we're breaking back into the channel. I've got my take profits locked in here, so I can't lose money. Definitely not what I wanted to see on this Australian dollar, but you know, it's better than losing, right? And the pound New Zealand, I was just really thinking about what to do with this one, and I decided not to get in just because of that spread. And it's bouncing now. Would have, but I still got that as a security measure here. Okay, so we got the MACD turning on the euro. Okay, the euro's turning. We're above the trend line. It's bounced off of this level a few times. And remember, this is exactly how you trade on a daily time frame too. It's just smaller. So I am going to add to this position right here. Going to add to it. Right there. I just added to my euro position. Okay, one Australian trade has been closed. So we'll add that, and I got another euro to add. And this one was, what was the profit on it? It wasn't much, like $30. 3304. 3304. 33.04. Okay. Oh, the other one just hit. The other one just hit at 32. $32. 32. Okay. So I have a euro right now. Trade. So I have 1 Australian left now and 2 euros. Just and that pound New Zealand made a move. Okay, so we're now just crossing about, well, if the MACD fails, well, then it fails, but I have this level here that I'm really counting on. So that little pop was just a little fake out. It went up just a little bit and then took us out. So down, if it continues to go down here, I will then look at possibly adding another position down there. Just using that support level. Just using that support level. Like I've been doing here. You see this is a carrot, carrot, carrot. Those were all pullback orders. And I might just add one in here just to make sure. So we go custom. Just down here. So if we get down here, I'm going long on the Australian USD. I just added a custom level right there. So we're bouncing around here off of this 200 period moving average. We're bouncing. Our MACD is lower on a 1 minute time frame. We are moving along in this channel. If we get a nice spike down here, I'm going to get into this position automatically. Okay, Aussie dollar is really close to triggering that second order. Almost there. It's got to get down to the entry order. We'll watch it. It's almost there. It's touching the level. It's just crossing below, but the red line has to hit it. Okay, the red line's in. We're in the trade. Okay. So we're in the trade. We have resistance right here, or support. And so we got in, and we have 2 trades on the Australian USD and 2 trades on the Euro USD right now. So I'm going to add the second trade. Let me grab a screenshot because I haven't been getting all my screenshots, but we got our second position here on the Australian USD. Copy it, close. Oops, I got to do it again. Copy it, upload, and let's pop that thing in. Oh man, copy, paste. Okay. All right. Well, we're still in a flat zone. We broke out of the top earlier, didn't go anywhere, and now we're trying to get out of the bottom, and we're going to see what happens with it. We did get a resistance rejection candle here. Let's look at it on a 5-minute time frame. It's a little bit of a pin bar. The thing about this candle still closes in 2.5 minutes because I have a little on my tool. I include where the bar closes. I include the spread and all of that stuff. And so it just gives you some additional information. But right now we're bouncing off this level one more time. Let's see. So that one's actually up 200 already. Let's see what we're looking at on the euro. Euro, we're not getting the follow through bounce. Aussie, Aussie, Aussie. And, since this session, since this session has been a little slow, we might have to wait for a pullback on this trade. We did get this Aussie, and we do have this level, right? So let me just kind of do a little overview of what is going on in my head right now. So I'm currently on a bounce and trying to get this trade to break out, but we have this level here, this one going down. We also have this level here as well. We did break out on this downward move that we were on, okay? But it had a nice big move. Let's look at this. Had a 150 pip move. So this session was not a continuation session. This is a consolidation session. And so since the session is 45 minutes away from closing here, well, we might just consolidate until it's ready to make its next move, and we don't know what that will be. So this could be a consolidation session. And one of the other things that we look at is when it consolidates, it might come back down here, but hit the moving average. It could break a level, come down to this level. I'll draw this one here. Could come down here. Could even come down further down here and then make the move. And so with that being said, we had a lot of failures happen today. Just didn't get follow through. It might not just have enough buyers to push it. It's just so we just got to wait until the next move. So that's something to consider when you're looking at these. So I'm going to be watching this here. I'd like to see this continue, but we're running out of, honestly, if it hasn't happened by now, it's probably not going to happen. I mean, it can happen at 12, it could happen at 12:30, but I'm just talking about generalities. Usually it doesn't do that. And so we're just going to keep a tight watch on everything right now. Let's take a look at the 5 minute. So 5 minute looks pretty good, but we're just really tight. We're really tight. And the reason I say the 5 minute looks good is because of this bullish candle right here. Every time we get a bullish candle in the 5 minute, we've had a little bit of follow through, but not enough. This one was a really nice one. Tried to break out, but just couldn't do it. It's too bad because that follow through would have really gotten us somewhere. Would have got us a nice profit. But the thing is, with this stuff, if you just manage your risk well, eventually the market's going to reward you. So if you do days like this and you just can't really get a big profit, that's okay, because eventually the market's going to reward you with a nice trade. It will, like we saw yesterday on the pound dollar. You just keep consistent, and then at the end of that, the market's going to reward you. Yeah, if you're patient, eventually the reward will come. That's the key. Okay, guys, we're currently right at a really important level. We're watching that level. We're just seeing what happens with it. It's pushed down, pushed up, pushed down. It's right here, and we're gonna watch this and see what we got. But you can see how basically this is where our entire session has been. Let me just backtrack it again real quick so you guys kind of understand what our initial entry was for those of you that were. Let me try to clear all this stuff off just to give you guys a quick understanding of what I was thinking initially. And I'm just trying to process everything. So initially, this was my trade on the very beginning. This was my trade. Okay, do you see that? That is why I really like this. You see that this level, like when you look at that, that just makes a lot of sense. It broke out, it's consolidated, and now I think it's ready for the takeoff. So that was my initial thesis on this, and that's why I've been doing this. But I've just been using that 4 hour as my guide on a lower time frame, right? So that I've been looking at that daily and that 4 hour, and I've been thinking about it, and that's been my guide. Even though there's not been any action on this, it's been my whole focus has been this whole time. I've not forgotten this. This has not left my mind. And so when you're doing short-term trading, you want to keep this kind of stuff in your mind. And so, right, it's really important to remember here, this level. So with that being said, I'm going to take a very short break. We've got the Euro USD is dropping lower. I might want to get into a trade down here on this one. Let me do that, and then I'm going to take a quick break after that. So we're going to do a Euro USD. We're going to put an order in somewhere. Where do we want to put that order in? We're going to put our order in right down here and see if we can get down there. And I'm going to put my order in. So right now, if Euro gets down there, I'm going to get in on this trade. Again, just to take advantage of this. And with this one, it's the same kind of concept. Let me clear the screen again so I can show you the same concept is true. And that is that I'm looking at a longer time frame when I'm doing small term trading or short term. So in this case, you see what I'm looking at? I'm looking at this big breakout, and then I can see that it's come back and it's retested. Now, this one didn't come back as far, but it's the same concept here. It's the exact same. We have a breakout. It is currently right at resistance, so that is something we have to take in mind, but that's what I've been looking at. And right now we're trending up. It's pulled back, and I'm just waiting for the pullback. That's all that I'm doing. But what's happened is this works on short-term trading, but what's happened is it just hasn't been big ranges to take advantage of. So with that being said, I've had to wait and be patient, and I've done okay today. I haven't made any big errors. I made a couple probably errors here and there, but nothing major yet. And so that, again, that's the name of the game. Just don't make any big mistakes and just hang in there. So right now we're trying to catch this bounce. We still got a little bit of time left in the session. And, you know, I don't think so, because the levels are exactly the same no matter what time frame you're on. We could be you doing the daily, the 4 hour, the weekly, whatever. These levels don't change, right? You see this support level is not going to change no matter what time frame. So you got to be able to really get a concept of what is happening on the big picture. And it doesn't matter if I go from a weekly to a 1 minute, I still know where those levels are, right? And they're really important. And the levels don't change. The only thing that changes is the measurement of the candle, because a candlestick is just price measured in a period of time. That's all it is. So a daily is just 1 day's worth of price. A minute is just 1 minute worth of price. It just gives you different looks at the exact same information. You can see all of the exact same stuff on both of the charts. It's just different presentation, right? So I'm going to take a quick break. We'll keep our eyes on this one, and we'll see what happens here. We're going to be monitoring. See, we're down to getting down here, and we'll see. It's getting close to lunch period, and that's when the market usually slows down. So we'll see if we can get a last minute burst right before lunch. One of the other things, I talked about patience, and that really ties into, not giving up. Just keep working it, keep working it, keep working it, and don't give up, because you don't know what's going to happen next. Right when you could get lunchtime and you're ready to give up, and then right before that is when it happens, because you never know when it happens. So just, patience and then not giving up. It's like winning a late inning ball game. It's the bottom of the ninth. There's 2 outs and you're at bat, right? You got to be ready to play. And so that's how I like to look at this. I don't want to ever give up. All right. I'll be right back. No profits, no lunch. Well, just so you know, Ben, I'm not going to take lunch anyway. I planned that out a long time ago. Yeah, but not taking a lunch, punishing yourself for what the market's doing. I don't know if that's always a good idea, but sometimes. But I usually don't eat at lunch anyways, to be honest. I just don't. Okay, so what do we got? We got the euro just kind of hanging. What's the Australian dollar? Oh, what's that doing? This level's giving us a little bit of problem. This red one, moving average. So right now in the euro, we are sitting on this 50 period, and it's every time it's sat on here, it's been holding. So if we can get a little bounce on this, might be good. Let's look at the Australian on the 15-minute too, just to get a different. This one's a little bit different look. We have support really strong right here. We've got the 50 period that has rolled this 50 versus the euro. You see the euro, the 50 is above, and on the Australian, it's below. And so this has been holding pretty good. But we do have this 200 to deal with and also this support level. So right now, we are really, we're just kind of in the limbo here, waiting for a bounce. Let's go back to the Aussie euro. It's just right here, right off this level here. All right, guys. Well, we've been working hard, and I want to congratulate you guys. You've done an awesome job of participating and keeping me company through this whole thing. And hopefully, there's been some nuggets of wisdom, even though we haven't like made $10,000. Hopefully, there's been some nuggets of wisdom. So if you've enjoyed it and you've learned something and it's been fun, hit that like button because we got 5 more to go to get to the 100. So go ahead and grab that like for me right now. Let's bump that thing over 100. At least get one victory on the day. All right, thanks. We got 2 more. Let's get 3 more, guys. Come on, you can do it. 3 more. If you haven't done it yet, just do it. We've been working hard. Everybody's been sweating. People are hungry. People's eyeballs are starting to hurt from staring at the charts so much. Their fingers are starting to get calluses from clicking the mouse. Okay, 1 more to go. Come on, there's got to be 1 more person there that can send us over the top. Who's it going to be? Who's going to step up? Thanks, Robin. I appreciate it. Good job, John. Good job, buddy. Thank you. I appreciate it. I really do. Oh, somebody went the other way on me. Somebody unliked it and then hit the dislike. Okay, we got it. 100. Thank you, guys. Thank you. All right, now while that's happening, let's look at the Australian. We're getting there. Thanks, Mode. Mode is the man of the hour. Okay, so we're popping up right here on this Australian USD. But I like the 15. It looks pretty good. We've got this level here. It's just meandering down on the level. We're cruising down the lake. We're just this previous 15-minute candle is now acting as resistance. You see my cursor, it's taking that out right now as we speak, that 15-minute candle. Yeah, now's the time for profits. Thanks, John. This is the first time you chimed in, so I appreciate it. Okay, Australian dollar. It's moved a centimeter. It's moved 1 centimeter. We have a liftoff. 4 pips. So we could definitely turn this into a swing trade too. If we just identify our levels, look at a daily time frame, zoom it up, and just watch. You know, we got our MACD crossed over. We broke out of this level. We could probably try to turn this into a swing trade. You look at it on an hourly, nice pin bar action, pin bar, pin bar, pin bar, pin bar, pin bar, support. Right, we got the moving average pointing up, moving average pointing up. The MACD's been green for a while, but it's a strong MACD, so we might go sideways a little bit and then curve back over. But, you know, you could definitely turn this into a swing trade, which I'm not going to do because I'm here for trying to do this in one session. But I'm just thinking out loud here. You know, we could probably do that for sure. That's so funny. I'm reading John's comment about the online cowboys. Yeah, that is true. That is so true. Well, thank you. Thank you so much. All right, Euro. Yeah, you're right there, Sweet. You're right. Sweet said that even 600 would be nice at this point. And you're absolutely right. So, you know, we gotta evaluate and take what the market's given us. So at this point, I like what I'm seeing here. Let's look at it on a 15. 15's looking good. It is pushing up against a little bit. Let's look at it on a 5. So we're getting right up into this zone again. And so if we look at what's happening here, we're going to say, okay, what do we want to do? What do we want to do? So what I'm going to do is I am going to probably, if I can get just a little bit more of a pop, I'm probably going to close both of these and then try to just focus on the euro. So if we can get up here, I'm just going to try to get right up here and then close both of these out and then focus on that euro. Oh, nice. Good job. Good job, Sweet Flanks. Well, I had a face cam, buddy, but it blocked the chart a little bit, and everybody wanted to see the chart. So there you go. Ta-da! Ha-ha! But everybody wants to see the chart more than they want to see that. But we got one person that doesn't want to see. They want to see me. They like me. They really do. All right. Well, I'm going to lock this in so that we can't take a loser on this one. Let's see. So we have a trend wall here on the euro dollar. And look what's happening. We're trying again. We've tried earlier, but perhaps this is the one time that it will work towards the end of the session when everybody else is tired. But we're full of energy because we are. Okay, euro, it's one position is in profit here. One position's in profit. And what's this? This Australian trying to get back up to that green line. We got the resistance right there. Let's see if we can make it up there. So far, we're way off, Yeezy. Only $1,000 right now. The market, I'm not going to blame the market. I just haven't been in sync as much as I could have been. I just want to get right up here. I just want a little bit of a pop here on this. I want this green candle to pop up just a little bit more. And I'm going to pull this one. Just a touch more here. Come on. The euro's actually participating pretty nicely right now, which is good. The euro's doing well for us. So, we got a breakout. We got the MACD still trying to roll over. We are a little bit of a resistance, but let's see if we can get a last minute spike because we got 20 minutes. Thanks, man. Thank you, Mr. Yeezy. I appreciate it. Good. I really do. Okay. All righty. All right, so I'm going to pull this right now, pull the Australian USD, and I'm going to close this other one. So now all I've got is euro, and I'm just going to focus on that. So Aussie 893, we're going to add that to the spreadsheet. 893 right here. And if you guys want to follow along on that, this is just what I did today. There it is. I'm posting the link of the spreadsheet. You guys can follow along. Appreciate that. So we're at 1900 right now, but I got to calculate it. I just took a loser too. Let's see, what was the loser? I took a loser, 141. So we got to calculate that into the calculation. Minus 141. So we're at 1766. Plus I have some commissions, which I got to add those in later. A couple $100 in, maybe 100 in commissions. And I might have got out too early. Look at that. Boom. Lost $100. But, I got what I got right now. And so I'm not going to mess around. So let's watch this euro a little bit. I'm not even going to think about the Australian dollar. I'm going to delete the chart. I don't care anymore. Right now we're at support on this thing here as well. So let's just watch this and see what happens. We're at the end of the session. We are in a sideways. So we have the trend line break here, but we all are also in a sideways channel. We're sideways and we're right at the top of the channel. So since I'm, since I'm getting towards the end of the session, I've got to take that into consideration here, and see if we can get one more pop up. And I'm not sure what, this is a pending order. I'm going to delete that. Okay, so that takes care of a little confusion. So we're right up at the top of this level with the slow session. I'm going to be watching this very closely. ZOM, man, it's at 90 cents and thinks it's going to go to $5. Well, I will take a look at that here in just a minute. Because I don't really want to let this get away from us. Oh, thanks, Ben. I appreciate that. Yeah, today's psychology is really important. Maintaining that, not getting discouraged, especially when things aren't looking good. Just maintaining that good mindset and not making a mistake, right? Not making a mistake when things are looking rough. That's really important. And not forcing the market to your will, but just adapting. The thing that I am pretty happy about is I wanted to see some kind of breakout or some kind of market move, but I was able to capitalize off of these ranges. And these weren't big ranges, but when you identify what's happening in the market, you're like, okay, we're not getting breakouts. Let's see what we can do. And I adjusted a little bit and I went to range trading. And when you're range trading, you want to try to catch the bottoms. Like you look at the MACD here, MACD at the bottom, MACD at the bottom. And so right now we're at the top of this and we have a little bit of divergence, which is an increased momentum, which could be an indication that we're ready to break. And so that is something we want to consider. But at the same time, right now, I am in profit on this last trade. I've got $23 loser on the other side of it because I got two trades on. And so, this is you just got to identify what you're dealing with, mentally, physically, what the market's doing, and take what the market can give you, right? And so we don't want to try to force things. And initially, I might have been forcing it a little bit, but towards the end, I'm like, okay, all I got is ranges, so I'm going to play with what I got. And so I was able to pull out a little bit. We're still not done yet, so I can't talk too soon. But yeah. Okay, we're pushing this high right now. We're pushing it on Euro. We're pushing it. What's it going to do? Oh, thanks, sweet. Thank you. Thanks, Robin. Okay, there we go. We're getting a little bit of a push. So I'm going to close this one up right here. Let's go to 1 minute. Just one last little look. Yeah, I'm going to close it up right here. And so I got a little bit out of the end there, 17 and 205. So let's close out my spreadsheet. So there we have it. Where's my spreadsheet? So the last euro was a 17 and then a 205. Right. So we're right at 1800 on the day. So so there we have it. We didn't make it. We didn't do the 10,000. But we still made 1800. So there it is. I can't complain too much. 80 didn't even get 20% of the way to the goal. I'll keep preparing and practicing and getting better, and the next time we'll do it. Thanks. Yeah, it wasn't bad, Jonathan. It was a struggle though. We got 1800, but we wanted to do so much more. But that's always the way it is, right? You always want to do more. So I'm going to hit XOM. I don't know if Yeezy's just trying to pump it, if you're like a pump guy, but I'm going to look at it for you anyways. So we're going to do that. So right here, you can see Fubo. You guys might know who followed me in the $1 Million Challenge. I'm in this, and it's respected this level and has bounced. I'm looking for this to break and keep moving up. It's a pretty nice trade, but I want to look at that XO or ZOM. ZOM, what's ZOM, man? ZOM, yeah, it's a nice looking chart. I don't know anything about the company. It's Amex Exchange. The chart looks really good. I wouldn't buy right where it's at right now. I like to use levels. And so right here is a level, and right up here is a level, and you can see there's some other levels as well right here. And so if we get a bounce off of this level and then it continues, you could maybe get right back up to 290. And there's an opportunity here because we're getting some momentum. You can look at the earnings. They don't really have any revenue, so it's probably just a news thing. So, you got to be careful with stocks like that. Make sure you're managing risk. So Yeezy, you got your word out. If you're just trying to pump this, now it's on the radar because you got 100 people to watch it. But I appreciate any feedback. Like, I love it when people give me ideas. So right here is a level. Let's just watch this and see what happens and see if it can make the move up. All right. Well, tomorrow's a giveaway. And if it would be easy, everybody would be a millionaire. You're right. Tomorrow's the giveaway. So come back. What I would like for everybody to do is hit the subscribe button right now so you get notified when we come back and we're going to have a giveaway. All right. Well, thanks a lot. And hit that like button too. Let's see if we can get a few more before we close it out. But we closed the challenge with about 1,800 in profit. So not a bad day. All right. Thanks, Linda. Thanks, Jonathan. Thanks, Robin. Thanks, Randy, Yeezy, Kara, Ben, John, both Jonathans. You guys were all a lot of fun. Sweet. Everybody that was participating. John, thanks a lot. Hit that like button one more time and hit that subscribe, and we'll see you guys soon.